on to all my Taurus out there. So let's get into this video real quick. Trying to see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. So for the Taurus, you have the Ace of Swords, the World. I shuffled before I got on camera. The Judgment, the Nine of Swords, Four of Cups. Okay. Six of Swords, Eight of Cups, Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. I was looking for my, because it's hot right now. But anyway, so for the Taurus, what I'm seeing here for a lot of you, where a lot of you Taurus may want a little bit too much as far as a relationship is concerned. Okay, Ace of Swords, the World. You may want a lot. Okay. Your demands for what you want may be high, and the Judgment, you may be quick to cut off a lot of people very easily, because the Judgment is about the Judgment is about endings, right? Just like the Death card in the Tarot, it's about endings, right? So the nine of Swords and the Four of Cups, right, represent how a lot of you Taurus need to understand that, and some of the people whom you do want to hang out with, I'll say that they have not necessarily been so good to you. So it's a vicious cycle is what it is I'm seeing. I'm seeing how a lot of you Taurus want someone, right, that has all of these different attributes that you specifically look for. You want the world, okay? You want the world. Basically, you want everything that you want, right? And that's okay. That's for you to want that. But it does not necessarily mean that you will get it. So the Judgment is like I said, you quick to cut off anybody that does not meet your requirements. And then the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups is about, like I said, just that. It's about how it is that you will essentially cater to a lot of what other people want that does meet a lot of the things that you say that you want internally or expressed outwardly, but they may not necessarily be checking for you. And this is the age-old vicious cycle where, the term water is seeking its own level, where you have individuals who essentially say that to other people, right? They go out and they try to date, get to know other people themselves, and water is seeking its own level. But they don't want to admit to themselves that maybe they aren't necessarily built to be in this circle. Right? So that's how it is. That's how a lot of that stuff is. Now, I will say this though. The Six of Swords represents the people whom you are attracting, right? The people whom you are attracting is the types of people that you say or claim, or you will attract, I should say, in the future, are the types of people who you claim that that you don't necessarily want, okay? So and remember, Six of Swords is a trick card. So you think that you're getting rid of all of these people, but in actuality, yeah, you're getting rid of these people that you've already met, but you're gonna have another person come, another person show up, another person show up. And the things that you have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is some of these people may even just get themselves out of a relationship, and you Taurus are looking at the situation like, why are all these raggedy people coming to me? I can tell you right now, part of the reason why it is that some of these unfit people who are unfit specifically to be in relationships are coming to you is because your requirements are so high. And what it is that you really should be looking for if anything if you want something long term, which Taurus usually do, right? Not all the time, but usually do, is you should be looking for someone where if you're not rich, if you're not connected, right? If you don't have a powerful network of people, movers and shakers, people that, things of this nature, create legislation and stuff like this, you should get with people who have the potential to do that and actually is working on being a mover and shaker themselves. See, a lot of times people don't want to deal with people who have potential. They actually deal with people that everybody knows it has no chance of doing it, because they don't take their chances. They won't do anything. But a lot of people will make the mistake of saying, well, this person has potential. No, they don't, because they're not doing anything with their potential. No, they don't. They're not doing anything with their skills and talents. No, they don't. They're sitting around all day being lazy, and they're not even attempting to do any of the things that you think that they are capable of doing. They're not doing any of that stuff. And the thing is that the Nine of Cups and the Three of Pentacles represents, this is where a lot of stuff ends up getting misconstrued, because the Nine of Cups and the Three of Pentacles represents how this is a situation for you where you need to understand that the Nine of Cups is you need to be able to pick better, and you should be looking for someone that you can build something substantial with. Because a lot of people like to make it seem like, here's the thing, and what I'm about to say may really cause waves, but a lot of people are really vacillating, because there's four types. There's the people that you could be in a long-term relationship with. There's the people that if they mess with you, they want to be compensated, right? The people who think their time is more valuable than yours, right? There's the people who just want to be free-spirited and have fun, have a roll in the hay, don't necessarily settle down, not necessarily looking to harm people, being upfront with who they are. And then the fourth one is the people who are vacillators, the people who are a combination of the other three that I just talked about before, because they don't want to be any of the three. They want to constantly vacillate, and that's where a lot of things can end up getting messed up at, Taurus, because those people who are, at least with the other three, there are clear distinctions of who they are, so you can actually go directly to the person of who you are, right, or what you messing with, and deal with that person in their capacity. With the person who is an amalgamation of the other three, it can get very confusing, and it does get very confusing, because this person wants to constantly move and shake in between those previous three. So you Taurus have to define for yourselves, who do you really ultimately want to be? Don't vacillate. Pick something. You know, this is not one of those things where you should be vacillating. Pick something, because this is where a lot of the dysfunction and the confusion starts. And with that, there's no evolution. There's no growth from this. There's no evolution. There's no growth from this, right? Due to the fact that what it is what happens is you just get people around here who are playing. So this is you being very confident, but you want to make sure that you can be very confident after you've done the work. The Three of Pentacles is about how it is that a lot of you, you Taurus, like I said, you want to build something concrete with someone. Let's clarify the Three of Pentacles. checking the time. So you have the Lovers, the Strength. Oh, wow. King of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that the love that you, Taurus, are looking for, it's not really created to be long lasting, based upon the foundations of what it is that you say that you want is not really based off of anything concrete, right? Because the Lovers, like I said, is one of those cards that is very manipulative and quote unquote deceptive. So is the Strength card. So what it's saying here is don't allow your demands to be used against you. Because if you're looking for a person that has money, you know what that makes you, right? That means that you are caught up in a transaction of a relationship. You don't want to be caught up, or maybe you do, but some of you, but a lot of you don't want to be caught up in that transaction, if you know what I mean. Because if you're looking for a person with all these bells and whistles, see, this is the thing. You having a person with all these bells and whistles should be second to the internal value system that you should be looking for first and foremost. Spiritual value systems, internal value systems, i.e. character, is always first. Doesn't go the other way around. That's the reason why it is, like I said, I think I said this before, but character is very important, because that's the reason why it is that if you don't have character, if you are untrustworthy, you can't get a credit card, because that's what a credit card is. A credit card is people trusting you to keep your word because you have the character to actually pay it back. That's what builds up the trust, the credit. What does the word credit mean? Credit is Latin for, or credit comes from the Latin word credo, meaning believe, or more accurately, trust. So if you don't have enough character to be trusted based upon people lending you their money, and if you can't pay it back, what happens? You're considered untrustworthy now. So the point that I'm trying to make here is don't allow all these demands to be used against you and you now start looking like this, because I don't want to see y'all Taurus out here looking a certain kind of way, right? I don't want anybody over here on this channel who rocking with me to be exposed to situations that is potentially that can end up messing them up. You understand? So what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to pay attention to your own demands. And then you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups represents how a lot of you need to deal with your own emotional baggage and figure it out before you find yourself in situations where you're too caught up in transactions, if you know what I mean, right? But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.